What I realized, you will never judge the whole nation by one single person's mistake. We are basically the new generation of technology believers who are here not for the short gain, but to bring value for community, to share our knowledge, to share our experience, to support each other, because together we can achieve more than every single individual.
I'm giving away $100 in every episode. All you need to do is to comment your favorite part of the episode along with your Twitter account, hit the like button, and the winner will be picked up every single week.
I feel like Mr. Boom.
Hello guys, how are you? This is the Room of Eljaboom as usual. Today we have a good friend of mine. I know her, I think 4 or 5 years now. And she's one of the entrepreneurs in Web3. She speaks 3 languages, Russian, Chinese, and English. She's a part of a VC. Why we talk. Juliet, how are you?
Hello. Pleasure for me to be here. I'm all good. How are you? Thanks for
I'm
inviting.
doing great. Now, before we start, and before we speak about your VC, who is Juliet? Like Web2 people, how did you start? Where did you grow? How did you learn Chinese? Did you marry to Chinese? How happened?
That's a long story behind, to be honest. So what happened, it was 2001. Then I decided to study Chinese in university. And then people looked at me like I was crazy. It's like nobody heard of studying some, undeveloped country language. But I was fascinated by its culture, by the whole depth of its people. And then I went to the university. I got master's degree in Chinese philology. And then
That's where in Russia?
Yeah, it was in Russia. It's like St. Petersburg State University, basically.
But why why would anyone go in Russia rather than taking English, go and taking Chinese?
I started to study English there since I was 6.
Okay.
So, and then I continued study Chinese in university. And actually, Pavel Durov was my group mate. So we studied in the same building, at the same university, the same year. And because it considered the best university in Russia. And it was the third world most famous sinology kind of study and faculty in the world. So it was really famous that days. And I've got master's degree and I relocated to China. Then
At what age?
23, 22.
Oh, you went really early.
No, because firstly I practiced Chinese and I've got an advanced course in Beijing University. And then after that, I relocated to Shanghai because I started to work for some big, real estate company and ran the whole business in China for them.
I mean, what's the goal? Like, okay, I want to learn, for an example, I don't know, Chinese, let's say, because now I'm in crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Because many people in Web3 are Chinese.
Yeah.
But back in the days, we didn't have crypto.
So, I'm always trusting people. And that days I met really smart, like an old professor in that university. Mm-hmm. And he looked at me and said, you know what, I give you one advice. If you start studying Chinese now, you will never regret about it in the future. I felt like, wow, this guy might know something.
He's actually, I wish I saw him back in the days.
Yeah, so that was the reason I felt like, okay, I will listen to this guy and I will keep studying Chinese.
Okay, so you went to China to do what now?
So I spent over 10 years working for big Chinese corporates, basically.
Oh, so you went at 23, spent 10 years in China.
Now, I mean, I was moving back and forth because...
But you're still 25 years old, that's, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So the time has stopped for me. But anyways, I started from one company. I built the whole office and business from scratch for them. So it was the international trade business, found also suppliers, everything. So built the office, employees. And then I was employed at another company, really big investment and construction group of companies. They had an office in St. Petersburg in Russia, and of course in China. So I was moving back and forth. So, and I helped them to strategize the whole investment plan, what to build, how to build, if it's a hotel, so who to sell, what is the marketing plan, everything.
You want to speak about, I mean, you can say yes or no, about the history, what happened that you carry with you.
Yeah. I mean, it's not personal, yeah. So,
Oh.
but yeah, it's a good experience. Yeah, I was always killed in China back to the days.
Yes.
Then I went to some factory. Yes, you know the story. So, the guy came with a knife. He tried to kill me, and for me, the only thing I've heard about is my passport. So, and then some people were around, and I heard they could help me. Nobody helped, but yeah, I mean. Interestingly, that lots of people ask me afterwards, like, why did you go back to China again?
Mm-hmm.
But then what I realized, you will never judge the whole nation by one single person mistake. It's not possible.
That's true.
I believe it's actually what's happening right now nowadays, right? Like people tend to judge you by your nationality.
That's
then of
true.
course, like everyone
which is not really a fact. There are good and bad in everyone, right?
Exactly.
But okay, so now you spent 10 years. Now let's go to the part when you jump to crypto.
Yeah.
Tell us the story.
So the story was like, I was working 24/7, exactly. So waking up 6 a.m., like running.
Chinese, basically.
No, it's a typical Chinese bureaucracy, right?
Yeah.
So it's a corporate career. And then one day I realized I want more freedom in my life. And then I've seen my neighbor, driving really beautiful car, wearing beautiful clothes.
Which country was?
It was in Russia, actually.
Okay.
It was in Russia. And I asked him, like, wow, what do you do for a living? And he told me about Bitcoin. And
which year?
2017.
Okay.
And then, like, he looked at me, he's like, wow, you speak Chinese. There are so many opportunities in China nowadays for crypto because they did some exchange ODC platform. He's like, why don't you go to China to help us to find some right partners? I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Because first of all, like, I've got a very nice network up there and it's a new space I would love to explore. So that's how the switch to crypto happened. And afterwards, I was kind of not really employed. I was more like an ambassador of Russian Blockchain Association in Asia. And we did multiple initiatives. So we tried to affect the regulations. We tried to build some proper relationship between Russia and China, like as a One Belt, One Road program. And so I went to different conferences, local conferences. I spoke there as well because for Chinese people it was funny. I'm like one foreigner who can speak Chinese up there. So it was an interesting experience. I believe China back to the days like 2017. It was like
I mean, you speak fluent.
Yeah.
And you're on top of that blonde, so that's like too much for Chinese culture.
And on top of that, I learned crypto in China. So what happened? I came to China. I realized, like, okay, how can I learn? Like, what kind of media? What kind of people up there? What is the community? So because you're in crypto for a long time and you understand, like, knowing something about crypto is nothing. So you should know the faces behind crypto, right?
Sure.
The companies behind crypto, the people who are leading the space, the influential people. So for me, it was a very interesting experience because China back to the days, it's a jungle. Like, imagine, like, everyone was crazy. So many scams happened. And but you need to figure out, like, who are...
To filter.
Yeah, to filter all this.
Trust me, we do filter every 5 minutes in this space. It doesn't stop.
No, but imagine, like, crypto and WeChat. Then you have, like, thousands of groups.
True.
And everyone shows you something.
That's true.
But it was an interesting experience, actually. And some really good people I still keep relationship with from that period of time. And now they're like a big bosses, it's like Chinese people consider me to be the Chinese KOLs. KOL because
I mean, yeah, I know many of them, and at the end, in Web3, people can get rich and lose everything.
Of course.
We've seen the biggest VCs in the world in Web3, they got liquidated in no time.
Yeah.
Now let's speak about VCs.
Mm-hmm.
What is NewTribe Capital, which is the VC you're with?
See what happened, like NewTribe Capital, the whole idea behind is not like a building a VC. So for me, first of all, like when I came to Dubai for more than 4 years back, and then
so you came the same time I am.
Yeah.
Where we met, actually.
Yes, I remember, like, you were so like nice, shy guy in the middle of the crowd.
I
And
was
I
listed anonymous back in the days.
yeah, you were anonymous, but
Yeah.
it was like, everyone was talking like so eager to network, and you were sitting like by yourself looking around like, what's happening?
Trust me, till today. I don't like to connect much in Web3.
Of course. We don't like to be public.
Yeah.
But here we are. Yeah, anyways. VC, NewTribe Capital. The whole idea behind is to create not the VC as people perceive it, but that's the whole vision behind. So it's on our website. We invest in people. That's first of all. So the whole idea is like NewTribe. What is NewTribe? We are basically the new generation of technology believers who are here not for the short gain, but to bring value for community, to share our knowledge, to share our experience, to support each other, because together we can achieve more than every single individual. So that is kind of overall vision behind. So that's why when we started to invest in projects, for us, it's just like a first step. And for me personally, it was an interesting experience because I brought all my resources and everything I accumulated within those days just to support all the projects we invested in.
Okay, now, what is the size of NewTribe Capital, like in terms of assets?
I believe we invested around 40 million by
$40 million.
Yes.
Do you still have some liquid, or you're waiting?
We still keep investing slowly, maybe and strategically. That's what I say. For example, if there is any really interesting projects, because we still act like a props, we don't have any LP, so if we like the project, we can jump in even with a small check size just to keep supporting them and help them grow, connect to some ecosystems, exchanges, whatever is possible. Actually, and we understand we really want to be a part of this ecosystem.
That comes to the other question now. What type of projects do you guys invest in? What entertains you more to, for your risk appetite to go and put money in? What type of categories?
Well, as long as we've been operating for 4 years, it's really hard to say what did entertain us back to the days. We tried to set the investment thesis every quarter because we are in the rapidly growing market where the narratives are changing faster than you could even think about it, right? And so we entertained, I believe, almost everything in the space. And recently, even if I was in Singapore, when I was in Singapore, almost everyone asked me, what is your investment thesis nowadays? What are you investing? And what I realized, I invest in anything that makes sense at the market.
Memes?
Meme coins, memes is that, I could probably put some of my personal money, right? Okay. But not as a fund, because first of all, what I'm usually saying, the only person who makes money out of meme coins, and the main person is the founder of meme coin.
Or the CTO who buys.
Yes, and CTO. And snipers.
And snipers, of course. But because let's be honest. On the other side, who also makes money from utility are VCs, right? Exchanges who get paid in front.
No, but
not all of them, of course.
Of course, there is no culture for investors, for VCs to invest in meme coins, right? If there are any VCs, they are buying secondary. There is no pre-sale or something like that. What people try to do right now, it's to build meme coin infrastructure.
What does it
mean? Some kind of meme coin launchpad, meme coin incubator.
Meme coins launchpad.
No, but
see, the biggest problem, I'll tell you now. We've seen all utility projects, they delayed their launches because meme came and they fucked them all over. Yeah. Now they have to wait like this, I don't know, drinking coffee, wine, whatever they like, till they wait for the season to finish. In my perspective, it's not going to end anytime soon.
No.
Yes, I believe this cycle will be a meme cycle.
Yes.
And it will be the end of the freedom of Web3, because now regulations will come and hit very fast, because now, people can scam in utility, yes, but they can 1 million more times scam in meme coins, because the launches is like that. It just requires you as fast as I'm doing right now, right? And we've seen now some market makers, now they are being arrested and shipped to the US. Some of them might spend to 20 years, right? And because, in my kind of opinion, meme coins are fine, but don't treat them as security and don't promote 100% financial gains.
No, it's fine. It's
without
absolutely-
saying even it's a risk. I mean, some of them, even of these market makers, they were putting it in their deck that, we're going to pump your token and we're going to do marketing for your token to get the price up. I mean, it was dealt as real securities. In my kind of opinion, again, the utility also are failing, right? Now, VCs, they want to make money. What Degens don't have? Degens don't have a brain to function stuff, but they are yelling too much. So when they yell in social media, it drives retailers to come in because they have higher voice. Yet they get stuck. That's why most of them fail or sell and run away because they're anonymous, right? Now, VCs, they want to make money. They have connections, but they are so stupid because they don't want to go and connect with these people. So if they did, let's say, as you said, 10 minutes ago, secondary market, where they can buy the tokens at, I don't know, whatever premium discount, but make this meme token more as a use case. Add them maybe one of their games, combine them with one of the companies pre-launched that they didn't even launch, right? They merge them together, so they make it as utility, and then they use their connection and know-how and knowledge to push them to stability and make it a better industry. That's why me myself, for an example, I love meme tokens, right? And I degen like fuck, and I tell people, guys, we can go to zero, right? Which is the same as utility as well, but here is faster, way faster than utility. Or you can make money, you don't know. But that's why I like to support people that they are doxed. Because let's say, for example, Coco, the guy, he came to my show, his name is Yassine, a French guy. He's doxed, he's 44, he showed his face. Even if he got lazy, even blah, 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 he will come and try to push it. The problem, the others know, as soon as things go a little bit dark, I mean, even if their intention was good, but things go dark, they sell and just move on. 2 weeks after, they come with something new. And they make money, and it's just extract from the same loop over and over again. What is your point as a VC here?
No, see, as I told you, the problem is not that VCs are not willing to invest in meme coins. It's that meme coins, they don't really need VCs, right? That's vice versa. So I'm as Juliet, I might get into some meme coin and then try to support whatever, it's possible. But because it's a community project, they don't really need the backers. So they have some connections with centralized exchanges. They don't really need to showcase that they have some investors at the cap table to prove that they're legit enough, right? So that's why, there is no entry point for VCs to get into meme coins. What they do is basically they trade secondary, because nowadays most of the VCs, they are switched into secondary market instead of putting more money in the in the primary market. That's what's happening nowadays. But yeah, I have nothing against it, because I believe it's a Web3 culture phenomenon at the end of the day. And nowadays some meme coins, they have more utility and more users than any other, let's say, technological projects.
Again, that's true. Actually, most of the utility projects in Web3, if you looked at them, they're not really utility.
No utility and no users, because they built some technology for technology that nobody ever used.
Or ChatGPT claiming it's an AI.
Yes, something like that.
And at the end, you find even VCs are in it. The question is, again, let me say it this way. Today, you as NewTribe Capital, are you still investing till now?
Yes.
Or you just stopped a bit?
I just signed this off today.
You can shield the project, no problem.
It's Blue Whale AI.
Blue Whale AI.
Yes.
Are they really AI or ChatGPT customized and training model?
No, they customizing AI for dApps, and they have a nice solution. They actually invested by Mubadala and Abu Dhabi government.
Okay. How many chains are they covering?
They have 3 or 4, but I keep introducing them to other chains as well.
Okay. You know how many chains do we have now? Above 850 chains.
Yes, that's
and
why
I would
people are
rather
talking
everyone ask if they can even name above 10. No one even know above 10. I think maximum will know above 5, the majority of our retailers.
Yeah.
Because the money is there. People pay for blockchains. Is going to be the first one solving the biggest problem. You motherfuckers, we don't even have users yet to go fix the biggest problem. Let us have the users. Let us face the problem. Let us see how shitty it is, then build the fucking solution. But of course, the money comes there, so life is different. Do you invest in chains?
See, like lots of people are talking about the infrastructure bubble nowadays. And I believe it's not the bubble as of now, but that is the transition period that's happening, because then people realize we've got enough of infrastructure. And we've got enough of chains, as you mentioned. So, and what is infrastructure? So, like, some people call infrastructure some L1, L2, like whatever, any chain. Some people call some tools also the infrastructure. So I believe we're almost done with the infrastructure. Even like if we are making parallel with what's happening with .com and Web2, how it's evolved, it's the same. You start from building the infrastructure, and then the industry grows, and then you need to focus on consumers, on retail. So that's why even us, like, we did a lot of infrastructure. And I remember like 1 year back, any VC I spoke with, like 90% more, they said, we invest in infrastructure. So right now, everyone is stuck because, as you mentioned, like not that many usage for that infrastructure. So that's why like even us, we are trying to get more focused on the consumer layer. And the major shift happened then A16Z announced 800 million fund to invest in applications only. And then everyone started to think about it. Maybe we've got enough of infrastructure. Maybe like it's better, it's easier to invest in application. And then like at the same time, what happened, right? We have like a scroll. I remember they ended up 1.8 billion valuation. It's on private. And I won't name, but there are another kind of big infrastructure projects that are not launched yet. And if we look at the market right now, I believe we don't have enough of liquidity in the market to absorb whatever could come with the launch of this project. So for us as an investors, right now it's easier to invest in small application with a low valuation, with a proof of concept and some good amount of users. So you've got traction, you've got the understanding, okay, it works, and the valuation is reasonable.
That's a question here. What is your average size
of investment?
Yeah.
Something like 100K.
Okay. And do you guys consider yourself just a VC or a strategic VC? If it's strategic, what do you do for projects?
I mean, see, we always do everything like super customizable. Like recently, we started to focus on the ecosystem growth in MENA. We do lots of events globally. Like, being strategic investor means, first of all, is always have this project in mind and try to find the way to support this project. And I believe next cycle, because we just talked about the next cycle, the main strategic value of investors will be the proper ecosystem growth and business development. All these like exchanges, market making, whatever, launch pads, we are at the market that everyone knows each other. It's like, but as you mentioned, people need more brain. People need more strategic thinking. We need to do more real businesses. So if you build something, what I want to do and what I need to do as an investor, so I need to connect you to the proper strategic partners, either from Web2 space or Web3 space, to help you to facilitate more deals, to bring more users, like, I don't know, to do more marketing. Marketing, not like a KOL marketing, but more like storytelling, product marketing. Something like that. And I believe it's going to be the main value for all of the investors next cycle.
I'm not sure if that's going to be a next cycle, but
I mean, this cycle, let's say so.
This cycle,
I'm saying like we are not in the new cycle. We're still in this, like, yeah.
What do you think of Bitcoin price by the end of this cycle, this bull run? Where is Bitcoin going to reach? Again, based on your experience.
We are not here to predict, right? Like, I believe what makes sense is something around 100K.
Oh, come on.
Seriously.
I'm going to do like CZ.
Okay.
100K, I think it's a bit low.
I'm trying to be realistic.
That's very humble expectation.
Yes, it's like, because we never know. I mean, maybe we will go further. Maybe we will go up. Maybe we will be
again,
like
in my kind of opinion, it will go way more than that because before regulation hits hard, you need to have the edge of the bubble, which is the big noise.
Yes.
And here where regulation is going to come and hit every door. And after, because once it's very big, mistakes are becoming more obvious from people. They're more retarded now because they think khalas, they reached.
Yeah.
And their head is becoming huge, like we've seen some of these market makers who went down. And here regulation comes, and I believe the future will be KYC decentralized, but KYC'd. So they know, and it's good to protect, to be honest. I want to see this. It's enough. I mean, if even if someone want to stay anonymous because he want to keep the legacy of Satoshi Nakamoto, yeah, great, but
there is
the regulators know who the fuck you are.
There is that's why we have ZK technology, so we can just do some kind of decentralized identity, right?
Yeah.
In the worst case scenario, there is a technology for that. So, but of course,
But you need law enforcement.
You need to prove your identity. Maybe the other party, they won't know your identity, but at least you need to reveal yourself.
True,
at least for the system.
For the system. Now, let's leave this a bit. Now, Juliet as a person and a part of the NewTribe Capital VC, you also have a life. You have kids, and tell us about this. Like, what you do, like being an
I'm working
now. So you're leaving your kids?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I work.
No, we need to show now that women in Web3 they actually exist, while they also have kids, and so we give them a good message, right? So tell us how many kids you have, how you manage your day.
No, I have 2 kids, but it's okay. I wake up, they go to school, they have nanny, and sometimes I spend I try to entertain them during the weekend, but it's still 90% of my time I do work.
So you're sacrificing more of your social life.
I try to keep the balance
Yes.
because it's not about we are living in the time that everyone wants to have a certain level of freedom, and then it comes to the kids itself, right? So I don't feel that I need to push them somehow, right? So just you need to do this, you need to go there. It's stupid. You give them the freedom to identify who they are, what they want, and you just guide them by giving them some good international education in Dubai.
Did you teach them Chinese also?
No, they go to international schools, but I believe it's enough for them because they speak English, they speak Arabic.
Arabic?
Yes, of course, because in every school you learn Arabic here in Dubai.
I don't know.
And
now
they learn French.
But no Russian.
No, they do speak Russian at home, but yeah, I mean, every day they...
Chinese, you're not willing to teach them?
Well, if they want, they will.
No, you.
No, why? No.
I mean, I don't know. It made you good part of your life,
No,
the professor who told you. Maybe you be the professor
because,
for them.
for example, they need to understand what they want in life, right, themselves. Because people try to teach everything. And then maybe there is not what they really need. When they understand what they need, who they want to be, if they want to learn Chinese, I will do my best for them to learn Chinese as well.
I want you now, since we're going to Chinese, explain NewTribe Capital, and you have 30 seconds in Chinese, Mandarin. Let's go. Say, you're Juliet, I'm from blah, 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 we do blah, blah, blah.
大家好。我叫苏丽，我中国名字叫苏丽，我20多年都在讲中文。我们那个 NewTribe Capital 是一个 Web3 的基金，我们 base 在迪拜，已经4多年，我们投了200多的项目。
Guys, this is real. This is not an AI translation. This is happening live. Can you say the same in Russian as well?
In Russian.
I have many Russian audience as well.
Всем привет. По-русски меня зовут Юлия. Я партнер в NewTribe Capital. Мы работаем в Дубае, базируемся в Дубае, проинвестировали в более 200 проектов, до сих пор активны. У нас это международная команда. Something like that.
What does Kamanta means though?
Sorry?
You said Kamanta at the end.
I don't know what it means. So, but I mean, I can switch these languages,
yeah.
It's...
But you're missing Arabic now.
Yes, I do. No, some people tell me I should learn Arabic, but I don't.
And wear abaya,
No, but see, here people can. It's not. Then you learn. There is one thing. Then you study language. It's not about knowing the language. It's about knowing the culture, right? Understanding the culture, understanding how to make business with these people. So if I go and just torture myself to learn Arabic, it won't help me anyhow to do business with local people. I need to understand how they operate, what they do, what they target, what things they just pay like the most attention at, right? So I don't understand that with Chinese people, but it's hard for me to do this with people here. So that's why I feel like, it's better not to even try to do this because you waste your time.
I mean, yeah, but everyone you like to try stuff, and that can be a part of it. Now, for you as a NewTribe Capital again, how can people approach to NewTribe Capital?
Well, we always open for any new projects review. Even sometimes, it's
how they can come.
Well, they can send message to me personally on Twitter, on Telegram, on LinkedIn. That's what people are doing. They can send to official email on their website. And basically, we try to be open and support every single founder. So and especially recently I started to do lots of mentorship. And for example, I do pitch deck clinic for Solana Founders Villa. I'm a mentor in Content Graph Accelerator, Outlier Ventures Accelerator, and multiple others. So the thing is that people know, for example, that I can help them to prepare their pitch deck and the blurb or whatever. They reach me out on Telegram. It's like, oh, Juliet, can you help me? We just started to fundraise. Can you help me to review my deck? I'm like, okay, I'm happy to, to find 5 minutes of my time just to help you because you're at the very beginning of your journey and I really want to support you. So you will feel more confident.
So you as a NewTribe Capital, do you like to be do you like to be before even lead investors to join, or you like to have lead investor, then you start jumping after?
So no, we don't lead usually because we understand our value is bigger as the one who is following the lead investor.
So you find the lead investor, so
yes.
he minimizes your risk and he does a big due diligence before you, and so he saves your time.
No, it's not that we are saving our times, but because we don't first of all, we don't put a big check size, first of all. Secondly, we are good with different things partnership, introductions, marketing, KOLs management,
you cover the
which
CIS.
is so we cover we are good at the stage then project is getting prepared for the token
before
launch.
TGE.
Yeah, before TGE. We realized we could be maximum effective this period of time, so that's why we decided, okay, if we do this good, let's do this.
Let me close this. We spent 40 minutes, and I want you to tell a message, a real message, a genuine message for new builders in the space who's watching this today.
Yeah.
What they need to cover in terms to be more appealing to NewTribe Capital to invest in them. What they need to do?
I believe what they need to do is basically, first of all, be genuine, be honest to yourself. Then you start build something. Don't think about making money. You should have you should set some bigger goals, right? I do believe in visionaries, people who's got a long-term vision. Of course, then you build something, there might be multiple obstacles and you will switch your strategy. Maybe you will change the product itself. You need to get prepared for everything, but what is important is to keep this vision. To keep this vision to contribute to the space. That's the most important. And have this something in the strategy in mind how to achieve that.
Okay. What industry you really prefer? AI?
By saying what makes sense is people need to see practical use cases, how are we going to use your technology? For me as a customer, because I always trying to look at every project from the perspective that I want to use it. I try to test. I understand that people will use it. That's why I'm saying whatever makes sense. That's the way I look at the industry. If it's AI, it should be one practical use case for AI. Really good practical use case. If there is I don't know, even the Telegram application, which we have multiple right now, it should be something that, of course, entertainment, something like that, multiple use cases. Because people are super bored nowadays. Because it's been a long bear market. People would love to have some fun. They want to be entertained. They want to have...
That's why they're happy with memes, because they
laugh,
it's easy.
That's why I'm saying that there might be some alternatives to memes as well. If you are just think about it in a more sophisticated manner, how people should get the emotion out of the things that they are doing, or have some practical use case. Because what happened, like there is so many like infrastructure things being built, but we've never seen like somebody using that, because you don't really know if we need it or not. So that's why right now we're focused on something like, yes, I'm gonna use it myself probably, because you're solving some certain problem in the market.
That's true. Guys, this was Juliet from NewTribe Capital, a good friend, and maybe when you come one day and you meet her and you pitch your idea, you will find her very supportive. Juliet, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for inviting.
And you have your own event as well after a few days, right?
The day after tomorrow, and then 2 more. We do KOL gathering, we do VC Startup Connect, and yes, probably 2 more as well.
I'll just give you my wallet, let the VC give me money. Life is great. Juliet, please, it was really nice to have you here. And hopefully next year, before the end of this bull cycle, you come and you tell us about your new investments and how much they did. And yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's not just a room.
It's the Room of Eljaboom.
Let's go!
I feel like an addict, baby, with the NFTs. Twitter spaces popping, we got GLR and me. And I've been fighting burnout.